The Edmonton Oilers are about to be screwed. Yup, the Edmonton Oilers are about to be screwed for at least 2 to 3 weeks because Connor McDavid is out of the lineup with an ankle injury. Yes, Connor McDavid got injured against the Columbus Blue Jackets. It looked like he was okay for a quick second, and then he hobbled off the ice, which is never a good sign, especially for the best and fastest player in the world. He goes out with an ankle injury, what appeared to be an ankle injury at the time, and then we just got confirmation that it is an ankle injury, and he will be out 2 to 3 weeks. Looking at his stats and what this means for the Edmonton Oilers, well, one, you lose the best player in the world, you're going to suffer. It doesn't matter who you are. The Edmonton Oilers have been kind of suffering right out the gate. So losing Connor McDavid, this could be really bad for the Oilers in the next, I'd say 10 games. We're going to look at the next 10 games they have because he might be returning against the Minnesota Wild potentially, maybe a little bit earlier, but I can't see him. I mean, it's Connor McDavid. You never know. The way the guy has rehabbed in the past, it wouldn't shock me to see him come back before Minnesota. But if I had to put my finger on it, I'm going to say he's probably going to return against Minnesota at home. So we're going to look at the next 10 games and talk a little bit about what this means for the Oilers going forward. Connor McDavid, what else can you say about the guy? Looking at how the Oilers are playing right now and how they've been playing since the start of the season, hasn't been great. 4-5-1, 9 points. They're like what, second or third or bottom? They're not second. They're bottom of the Western Pacific Division. Yikes! Especially for this team who just went to the Stanley Cup. I've talked about goaltending, and we're going to talk a little bit about goaltending. But the Edmonton Oilers, yeah, they're not off to a hot start. 2-3-1 at home, 2-2-0 on the road. Power play and the PK for this team are atrocious, and I believe a lot of Edmonton Oilers fans will agree with that. I mean, you can look at the stats right there. It's on the screen. What is it, right around here? Yeah, it's right around there. Look at those stats, and not pretty. And they have Nashville at home. I'm sorry, at Nashville next. So they are without their best player. They are out. They don't have a great goalie at the moment. If you're a fan of the channel, you will know how much I am not a fan of Stuart Skinner. I'm not going to beat that horse anymore, but it has been proven to me and has been very evident since the beginning of this year that the goaltending issue for Stuart Skinner. Got to take out my trash cans. Thank you, Alexa. But yeah, Stuart Skinner has not been great. Calvin Pickard, playing a little bit better. I mean, they're kind of neck and neck right now, but yeah, Edmonton's looking rough. Looking at their star players for the moment, their top 5 players, what this means without Connor McDavid. Now, Connor McDavid hasn't been firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. He has been Connor McDavid. I mean, when he steps on the ice, everyone knows to game plan around Connor, but he hasn't been putting up crazy numbers thus far, and it's only 10 games in the season, so, you know, I'm not really worried about Connor McDavid not doing Connor McDavid things. But right now, it's Draisaitl leading the team right now. 6 goals, 4 assists, 10 points. Then you got Ekholm, Bouchard, and Skinner up and down that lineup. 2D on the top 5 for performers of this year so far for these guys. There's one person on that list you might not see. Zach Hyman. Where is he? Anyone know where Zach Hyman's at? Let me know and let the city of Edmonton know, because they miss him, and they're going to miss him if he doesn't get his ass in gear with McDavid out. Pretty significant drop off for Zach Hyman this year. And again, with McDavid out, they need all their players to step up. It can't just be the McDavid Draisaitl show. Even though we love seeing it. I don't love seeing it so much because, you know, I'm a kind of a hater, but, you know, it is what it is. But Edmonton fans, it's kind of been the issue for the past couple of years. Where's the goal scoring been other than those two? Zach Hyman was a pretty little surprise last year for you guys and majority of the league. But with McDavid out now is the time to step up. And it's a crucial time that these players need to step up because, like I said, we're going to look at the schedule really quick. But like I said, the goaltending and the schedule are going to be tough for the Edmonton Oilers right now. But we're looking at the goaltending right now. Stuart, Skinner, and Calvin Pickard. Again, whatever you want to say. Not great. Stuart, Skinner, .872 save percentage. Pickard, .875. No real difference there. Maybe about a goal, half a goal difference. Nothing too drastic. So the goaltending is very similar right now. So again, losing McDavid and having goaltending the way their goaltending has been. Again, there's been moments this year where both of them looked pretty damn good. But there's other times where they just have not. So if they can't stop the puck and they can't score, and then looking at the schedule, this could be very, very bad for the Edmonton Oilers. Let's pull up the schedule really quick and take a look at what it looks like going forward without Connor McDavid, because it's not going to be pretty. Let me scoot out of the screen. There we go. Like I said, they have Nashville at Nashville. Nashville's been playing better. That's no surprise considering how much money they spent and they finally kind of turned it around. So is that one a winnable game? I'm going to say it's probably 60-40. 60 they might lose and 40% they might win. Then you have the Battle of Alberta again in Calgary. Calgary's been playing pretty damn good this year. They've already beat Edmonton once. So I'm not saying they can't do it again. Then they have the Devils coming to Edmonton. The Devils, you never know what you're going to get with the Devils so far, but on paper they look like they're pretty damn good, and when they actually play the game, they look pretty damn good. So I'm going to say they're probably going to take an L. If Edmonton doesn't get their shit in gear. Then the Golden Knights come to town. Another rough one. I don't need to talk about the Golden Knights. You already know about the Golden Knights. And then the Oilers go to Vancouver. A little rematch from last year in the playoffs. We know how Edmonton and Vancouver play. That one's not going to be a walk through the park at all either. Then the Islanders. I'll give you the Islanders, all right? I'm going to give you the Islanders. Yeah, nothing to really say about the Islanders right now. I'm not too pleased with them either. And then the Preds come back. Well, they don't come back. You play the Preds again in your own barn. Depending on how the Predators are playing until this point, I can say this probably would be an evenly matched game. And then you guys go on the road. Do the little Canadian tour up there. You got the Maple Leafs, the Canadiens, and the Senators. All those teams are playing really good right now. So I don't want to, say that you can't win any of those games out of your next 10, but they're going to be rough. So if you go, I would say if you go below 500 in your next stretch of games, I'm not saying you guys can't come back because you did it last year and you guys went all the way to game 7 in the cup and you were 1 goal away, but that's going to be tough climbing considering how much hockey you guys have played into last year and then starting again this year and not off to a great start and having injuries and having goaltending issues. The writing could be on the wall for Edmonton Oilers that they might be struggling come playoff time. They might be hobbling in there. But if there is one team that can do it and one player that can lead them to do it, it's Connor McDavid. Do me a favor, let me know how you think these next 10 games pan out, because right now for me, if Connor McDavid misses all those games, wow, Edmonton could be in a world of hurt come American Thanksgiving. If you're digging the channel, you're digging the news, you're digging the layout, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn the notifications on, because we're talking about the NHL all year long. We'll talk about Connor when he comes back, because we know when Connor comes back from injuries and he's playing pissed off, he plays incredibly well, and I will be here to talk all about it. So Edmonton Oilers fans, I'm sorry, because we love to see the best player in the world, and he's the best player on your team. Well, best player in the world, and then you have Draisaitl. So, however you want to judge it. Let's not beat around the bush. It's Connor McDavid. But yeah, I hope you guys turn it around. I really do, because I want to see the best players in the world play come playoff time. I'm sure you do too. But the goaltending needs to be situated right now. Zach Hyman needs to wake up, and your other forwards need to put the puck in the back of the net. Otherwise, you guys are going to be in a world of hurt. Peace out, boys.